What's going on YouTube? My name is ADCArtAttack, his name is Bob, and welcome back to a brand new episode of my 10 style swap drawing challenge type thing that I do over here on YouTube. These intros get worse and worse and worse. Yeah. That's right, we are back with a brand new episode in this series, and we have been away for a while, but in the past we have done many episodes, so many actually, with varying characters and various styles, and it was super fun, super exciting, and I am so excited to be bringing it back to you guys today. Now today's character was actually chosen by you guys in a poll on my YouTube channel here, where you all voted for Mario, surprisingly, to be our character of choice today. And so, appearing on the screen right now, we have the 10 styles that I'll be tackling in today's video. And what I want you to do before this video begins is to leave a comment down below letting me know which one of these styles you are looking forward to the most. Then at the end of the video, I'll be asking you a similar question to edit or comment underneath your comment to let me know which style is your new or same favorite. This is a lovely little experiment, and I really hope all of you do leave your comments down below because it is a great way for me to see if I meet your expectations or surprise you in any way, shape, or form. Or, of course, maybe I let you down, which in that case, I'm sorry. Kind of. Now before I jump into today's video, there is one more thing I gotta say to those of you who are new around here or perhaps don't know what it is that I do in this series. There is often a lot of worry about this series. Many people just assume that I will be doing a cosplay of a character, getting say a Bart Simpson, giving him a new hairstyle and saying, hey look, there is a Dragon Ball Bart Simpson. That is not the case. My goal when doing this type of video is to educate both myself and you on the respective styles that I am doing and trying to create a brand new character based off of both the style and the character of reference. So hopefully I can do that for you here today and you will be entertained and excited. With that all being said, it is time to get started, so let's go with Mario. That rhymes. Mario. So to start things off, we're going to start by doing Mario himself. Nothing fancy here, just the Mario you know and love from Nintendo. And yes, I am copying this first image. The reason being is it is just Mario. There is nothing that needs to be done here, nothing fancy. We just want an image of him on the paper. It's actually quite crazy the changes that this character has gone through throughout the years, starting from a pixeled image to a slightly less pixeled image, all the way up to a 3D model. He has had a massive change, and I am really looking forward to creating some styles of him today. And with that all being said, there is Mario. Now, there is not much I can say about the drawing, obviously, because it is just a copy, but there he is. This is going to serve a lovely point of reference going forward throughout these drawings that we can look back on and say, that is the guy we are drawing today. So, it is time to get started with the 9 remaining styles of Mario. Moving on, Dragon Ball Z. Okay, so Dragon Ball Z, this is one of the main staples of this series. It has appeared quite a few times in the series, and for good reason. So many of you love it, and I love the style too. But there is one thing about this style that makes it a little bit easier than some of the others, and that is that most of the characters follow a very linear, basic model. The only difference being that each of the characters have their own features applied to the model, creating a new character. So with information like that in mind, it's quite easy to place Mario within this universe by using one of these standard base models and applying attributes of Mario onto these characters. Although one thing I had to change was the nose. I couldn't use the standard nose that you would find on characters like Goku and Vegeta. I had to use a nose that was, well, I don't know really. Another thing I did that I quite liked was adding the fire sign on his chest. That's right, that is Japanese for fire. There you go. Learn something new every day. But now the coloring. So the coloring of Dragon Ball is its own style. They use a cel shaded approach, and it's quite linear once again. Most of the characters, if not all the characters, follow a very specific pattern when doing the shadows. So if you can figure it out and if you can learn the patterns, the base models, and how the shadows are applied, you should do pretty good. In terms of how many shadows you should be using, sometimes they use 2, sometimes they use 3, sometimes they use 4. It is totally your decision how many shadows you use. There is no right or wrong, it's just dealer's choice. Which one do you think looks best? With that being said, the character of Mario from the Dragon Ball universe is here, and he looks a little bit disturbing, to be honest. Okay, the mustache just doesn't work. I don't know what to say about this one. It's making me feel uncomfortable. I don't like the way he's looking at me. No, I don't know about this one. This one's a little bit weird. Wow. This may be this is the first time I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. I'll just read your comments. Moving on. Tim Burton. Right, so I am going to take a shot in the dark and assume that this is the most anticipated style of this video. So many of you absolutely love this style, and for good reason. It is one of the most iconic styles in the world, and it is one of the most awesome styles. I absolutely love having the opportunity to tackle this style. I think what I appreciate most about this style is any attempt at this style is met with praise. It isn't really a style that you can go bad with because it is a sort of expressive type style. But there are a few things I would recommend you keep in mind when doing this style if you wish to create better results. The first thing I do is I think to myself, how would a caricature approach this? The caricature approach would be to emphasize some of those details, whereas with a Tim Burton, you would emphasize yet under-emphasize, if that makes any sense. So his eyes, for example, his eyes are big and beady. Okay, so why don't we give him really big eyes, but then give him really small pupils? Again, we're taking a little and we're giving a little. What about the moustache? Well, usually it curls upwards, so we're gonna go down. Give a little, take a little. But the true key to this style is in the coloring. I cannot stress that enough. You can do the line work and the drawing as good as you want, but if the coloring isn't on point, it will ruin it. You're looking for those really muddy colors. You want to get those colors that are very unsaturated, very dull, and you want to throw some grays on them. Throw a lot of gray on it. Just throw gray everywhere. And by the end, you got yourself Tim Burton style. There he is, Tim Burton Mario. I like this. I like this a lot. I don't like the nose, but everything else I like. I was a little bit nervous about doing this one because usually when I do these characters, I do them quite anorexic. I do them very, very sickly. This one, I went a sort of opposite way because he's a little bit rounder. Nothing wrong with that. So yeah, this is my first attempt doing this one. Hopefully you like it because I do, except for the nose. Moving on. The Fairly Odd Parents. Okay, so let's just start with this. Whether you watch this show, whether you like it or not, is irrelevant to the point I'm about to make. The art style. My word, is it clean and unique. Now, it's very easy to brush it off as just another cartoon. Blah, blah, blah. It just looks pretty cartoonish. But no. When I sat down to study this style, I learned a few things. Firstly, the eyes are always visible. How cool is that? It makes drawing the characters in any pose pretty easy. But the true art of this style, in my opinion, comes from the inking. I never quite got this when I first watched the show, but all of the outer lines are thick and all of the inner lines are thin. It's very subtle, but it is super effective. Now, of course, it has been done before, but couple it with the specific character model styles and it creates a beautiful final result. And as for the coloring, well, pick a color, drop it in, do it again, and there you go. Done. Mario in a Fairly Odd Parents style. I absolutely love this. This is right now possibly the favorite so far. This looks absolutely amazing. In my opinion, it's the most legit one. It looks super accurate to the style, and I'm actually very proud of this one. So yeah, love it. Good. I also used to love the show when I was growing up. Just gonna say that right now. It was a great show. Did you watch it? Moving on. Futurama. Another style I truly love. Matt Groening created an absolutely amazing style with The Simpsons and Futurama. It's very iconic, everyone knows it, which does actually bring a little bit of pressure, in fact, a lot of pressure, because so many people are familiar with this style that any mistakes are noticeable. So I chose today to go for the head in the jar approach because it's funny. I love the head in the jar idea, and I hope that someday I can be a head in a jar. That would be awesome. So when creating this style, there are a couple of things you need to keep in mind, and the first one is the simplicity of the style. Everything has a sort of Play-Doh type effect to it. It's very basic shapes and they fit together really nicely. I made a few personal design choices when doing this one because I wasn't confident with doing some areas, especially those eyes. The eyes, in my opinion, are one of the most difficult parts of drawing any sort of matte graining style. I just can't quite do it, so I put the eyebrows there to kind of alleviate some of that roundness. But once again, the style does come down to the coloring, and with a matte graining style coloring, again, it's very simplistic. You can add shadows, you don't have to add shadows. It's entirely up to you which way you go with this. I like to add shadows in the style. Sometimes they can be effective, but it's not very, very common in all of his work. So it is dealer's choice, really. Do you want to add shadows or not? If you do, go for it. This is not bad. No, this is good. This is actually, I like it. I like it. I think I like it. I guess I gotta ask myself, does it look like Mario? And I think it does look like Mario, and it does look like matte graining style. So yeah, in that sense, I do like it. I don't know what my problem is with this one. Why do I doubt you? What is wrong with you? It's all right. It's not bad. I like it. Moving on. Among Us. Okay, I gotta be honest here, I have not played this game yet. I have seen a little bit about it, but I have not played it, so that made doing this style a little difficult. So many of you out there, I'm sure, are playing this game right now. It's one of the biggest games out at the moment, and I am unfortunately not on that bandwagon as much as I'd like to be. So creating this style was going to be a massive challenge right off the bat because I'm unfamiliar with it. So I spent a couple of hours sat down looking at screenshots, looking at gameplays, trying to figure out a few things about this style. And the way I decided I should approach this one would be similar to my Hello Manga characters, which, if you don't know about those, that's a story for another day. But basically, just dress up a character. And hopefully this works to your liking. What I did right here was did a standard base of an Among Us character and started to... What are they, by the way? They look like teeth. What are these characters? But yeah, anyway, so I took elements of Mario, things that make him iconic, things that make you recognize Mario, and slapped them onto this character model. The line work I found was different across the board. There was thick lines, there was thin lines, sometimes the lines were very inconsistent, so I couldn't figure out for myself how to do the line work. So later on I changed them up a little bit more, but I added a lot of line variation when doing this, and as I moved into the coloring, yeah, the coloring was actually basic as well. It's a really simplistic style, this, but it's actually super effective, and the way it's going right now, it's looking okay. So let's jump to the end. Yeah. I mean, my personal opinion is that looks like an Among Us character. Now, you may have a different opinion. If you are a fan of the game, I would love to know your opinion because obviously your opinion matters most here. I have no idea. I think it does. Let me know. Moving on. WTF. For any kids watching this, this stands for What's That Thing? Spelt with an F. So if ever there was to be a style that was named after ADC, this is the style. Basically, this slot is reserved for me to do whatever it is I feel with no information, no reference, nothing to sway my decision making. It's just me. This is just me drawing. I was actually watching The Walking Dead, which may have had a little bit of inspiration here. It allowed me to dip into my darker side to create something that is special, that is unique. Something from the inside. Something that's very weird. But what I love about moments like this is I'm able to just delve into anything that I enjoy to do and anything I like. So this, I didn't even think about this. I didn't know what it was I was going to do. I just started going with it, and that is what ended up happening. When I got onto the inking, I decided that I would take an approach from my favorite inking style, which is messy. Carelessness. I am a big fan of just messy work. Things that don't make sense but do make sense. No thought process. Throw it down, let it stick, see what sticks, and make it work. That is what I did with the inking, and it turned out nice. A similar thing happened here with the coloring, which took me approximately 1.5 minutes to color. It was that fast, but I was trying to be as careless as possible to just let the inner artist, the inner me come out here. And I guess some of my coloring style here is inspired from Tim Burton, but overall, it's pretty weird. Yeah, it's very weird. I'll be the first to admit it, it is a strange looking piece of artwork, but I do also believe that it is a special piece of artwork. It is something that is created by the artist from the inside. It wasn't thought out, it wasn't planned out, it was just sketched out and done. Moments like this are very special, and I do think that every now and then we should do this. We should just give in to our inner side and just create what is going on inside of our minds, and that's the result of it. Does it look like Mario? I think so. I think it has enough attributions of Mario that it does sort of look like Mario. Do you like it? Let me know. Moving on. ZHC. Okay, so I'm sure many of you watching this right now are wondering, what is ZHC? Who is ZHC? Well, ZHC is this small artist on YouTube. He's not really well known by many people, but he's up and coming, and I think he's going to do well in the future. Okay, I'm just playing. ZHC is one of the biggest artists on YouTube right now, one of the biggest creators on YouTube right now, and he has developed over the last couple of years a unique style that he brings to custom iPhones and really custom anything. He's quite crazy. So I figured today we would honor his style by creating our own custom iPhone within this panel, which entails drawing an iPhone first. Not the easiest of tasks at all. So the ZHC style, what is it? Well, it's not something we can attribute to one character. It's not something I could do to Mario himself to really make it a style swap. No, it is a collection of a few things that he does in his artwork that makes up his style. So that's what I got to keep in mind when I do this piece today. A load of ZHC flair, a lot of stuff going on, things around the paper, drips and drops and wavy lines. Oh, and also Mario. I couldn't imagine ZHC doing a Mario piece without just respecting Mario as he is. So I've done Mario as he is. I haven't put any flair to Mario, just Mario. But the coloring of a ZHC piece is where the style really comes out. He uses bright, vibrant colors that work very well together and just stand out. They pop, they look colorful and awesome. If I had to say what kind of style this is, I'd say it's a happy style. It's something that brings a little bit of joy to you. You look at it, you smile, and you carry on. By the end of it, we are left with a style that I think really does look like a ZHC piece. It does look like something I could see him doing on a mobile phone, so I'm actually really happy with it. So I guess this sort of counts as a collaboration with ZHC because this is the only time I'm going to get to do one. We were actually going to work together at the beginning of this year, but the, situation happened and stopped me going. But maybe one day in the future, hopefully one day in the future, I can get to work with him because he's an awesome guy, a really nice guy, and a great artist. Moving on. Princess. So this is probably going to be the most difficult one here. I have to turn Mario into a princess, but I have to respect the princess style, so there are some elements of the character I might have to leave out. It's going to be difficult. I decided that the most iconic representation of a princess would be Disney. So we are sort of sourcing our inspiration from Disney princesses, your Cinderella, Snow White, some others. I forgot their names. But I'm actually super proud of this one. You see, I had to figure out a way of keeping the hat, keeping the way the hat looks on Mario with the M on the hat. So what I did was created the hair in a sort of hat-shaped form while also applying a tiara with the M on top of it. I think it looks pretty cool, it's pretty creative, and I'm kind of proud of it. For the clothing, I took inspiration from characters like Mulan. The style of clothing really works well with the Mario straps. It just works nicely, so I was able to comfortably create a smooth crossover between Mario's outfit to a princess outfit. Which, to be fair, a princess can wear whatever she wants. So the coloring itself, I guess, is a standard princessy Disney type coloring. Very soft colors, very smooth, kind of smooth blending. But coloring this is really going to help me to emphasize what is it about this that makes it Mario, or in this case Maria. And it's really just super easy. And by the end of it, I've got to say, this really does look like a Mario princess crossover. You know, everything is there where it's supposed to be. The hat is still there. The outfit that Mario wears is still there. The colors are there. We just added a few little things to this princess to create a sort of Mario vibe, the color scheme as well, and the earring, and of course the flower. I'm actually really happy with the way this one came out, and I've surprised myself here with this one because it does look pretty legit, and I'm super happy. Maria, what do you think of her? Moving on. Steamboat Willie. So here we go, the final style Steamboat Willie. For those who don't know, this style comes about from the original Mickey Mouse that came in the 1930s, I believe. It is possibly the most iconic piece of artwork on the planet. It is recognized by pretty much everyone, and the style as well is very, very unique. It seems easy when you first look at it, but there is such limited material out there for a character like this, and especially Mario, to get into this style. It is quite a challenge. So I felt the best approach here was to take the original image that we started with and convert that into a Mickey Mouse Steamboat Willie style. I gotta say, while I was studying for this piece and while I'm creating it here, I don't quite know what it is I'm doing or how I'm doing it. I just have the source material on standby so I can look at that Mickey Mouse and see it and try my best to emulate what I'm seeing in the form of Mario. This is one of those styles where both the line work and the coloring themselves are both iconic and both are individual styles. So they go hand in hand, and when you do start coloring it, it is very basic coloring, but everything has to go in the right place. So although you are limited to just using black, grey and white, you've kind of got to be sensible where you put those colors. But when all is said and done, I think right here we have a style that does look like the Steamboat Willie style and does resemble Mario in a way. It is not the best drawing I have ever done, and I don't think it is 100% accurate to either the character or the style, but it resembles both. And I think the fact that it resembles both, that's good enough? I don't know. Perhaps. Moving. Oh wait, no, that's it. We're done. Q. Well, here we are everyone. Here are the 10 styles of Mario drawn by yours truly today. What do you think about it? Do you like it? Let me know. We got through so many styles here today and it was a journey. I learned a lot and I hope you did too. It was super fun. The thing I love most about this challenge is the just challenge of it. Every single one of these drawings is a challenge. It is not easy. We are creating original pieces of artwork here based on different styles and based off one character. Looking at the entire piece together, it is a wonder. I love looking at this. I love standing back and looking at each one of these together on this sheet of paper, but there is one question that must be asked. If you remember, at the beginning of this video, I asked you to leave a comment down below letting me know which one of these styles you were most excited for. Well, now is the time to edit your comment or comment underneath your comment letting me know which style is your new favorite. I'll just give you a second. So I guess I have to chime in right now and let you know which one of these styles of all of the styles we've done today is my favorite. You know, it really is difficult for me to pick one of these two. I have narrowed it down to two, and the two favorites of mine are the Tim Burton and the Fairly Odd Parents. But I have to pick one of them, so I am going to pick Fairly Odd Parents. What? Seriously, this is my favorite one. It looks the most legit in my opinion. It is the most polished drawing that we've done here today. But aside from being the most refined, it is, in my opinion, the most accurate to the style. It looks like it could fit within the universe of Fairly Odd Parents. And that is why it is my winner. So there we have it everyone, the video is complete. What did you think about it? Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? Let me know in a comment down below, and of course leaving a like rating on the video. Too many words, way too many words. Let me know with a like rating or a dislike rating whether you liked it or didn't like it. Yeah. Unfortunately, that is all we have time for today, but if there is any character you would like to see me do in the future, feel free to leave those comments down below and I will take them all into consideration when I make my next poll on the YouTube channel. If you did like what you see around here and you want to see more of my content, feel free to subscribe to both my main channel and ADCArtAttack 2, where I do most of my live streams and you might get some behind the scenes footage on the channel as well. And that is about all I've got to say. My name is ADCArtAttack, his name is Bob, and we will see you all again in the next video. Until then, take care, bye bye.